May 19th, 2000. Home of Dr. Rolth. Dr. Rolth opens the door. On the other side, we see someone dressed in a light blue suit. They have green eyes and light brown hair, kind of tousled up a little bit. Jesus, George, you look terrible. He steps inside as George closes the door quickly. What are you doing here, Ren? I'm here to check up on you. I know how much the lab is coming after you. Ren looks around the apartment at the scattered equipment. None of this is theirs, right? George's eyes instinctively dart to the floorboards where the centrifuge is currently hidden. No, I told them and you I don't have any of their shit. They don't see it that way. They asked me to come by, let them know what I find. And you turned them down, right? George steps forward, and the floorboard hiding the centrifuge starts rattling. Of course, George. You know we're a team. The brainwaves stick together. Right. Sorry, Ren, but I'm a little bit busy. I'm gonna ask you to leave. The floorboard starts rattling louder.
What?
Oh boy.
We're getting deeper and deeper, man.
Getting deeper.
Where are we going?
Take a seat at the record street. It's a convoluted job, but the pay is great. I'm here cause I'm trying to rebound. Could stop a Boy Scout in tights cause I like the sound. Break beats, break bones, shoot up X, rub holes, make a hit, no rain, cups my trances. Make a death ready, give the heroes cancer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jesters' Lair. I am Casey Reardon. I am your Sinister Storyteller, and joining me today, we have Rachel Kordell.
Oh, I gotta say something here. Have you seen a ghost? Because you totally should. They're really cool. I'm Spectra.
We have Seth Coveyou.
I have not seen a ghost. Pulsar.
You totally
Great.
could. You totally should. It's really
Great. We have Andrew Frost.
Hey, my name's Loog, and while I might be phlegmatic, I'm actually more of a sanguine.
cool. Hey!
Bloody?
We have Sky Swanson.
Hi there, I'm Stan Lennyopolis, and this week's catchphrase is always bet on Chet.
Always
Amen.
bet on Jet.
Always
True words
bad.
have never been
Bless.
spoken.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that when I shoot Dr. Wrath in the head.
Oh.
And of
Oh
course,
my.
we have special guest, Mika McIntosh.
Hey, this is Lucas Lemon on my second channel. Today, we're talking about ghosts.
Ooh,
Yeah!
it's a ghost
Ooh.
channel.
Subscribed.
I would have thought Spectra would have been the co-host on that channel.
How do I get my email?
Why
in
didn't you
there?
ask?
Spectra was busy. She didn't, she said no.
I don't think
Well,
that's what
ghosts
happened.
don't watch the internet, that's
I
for
think-
sure.
I think you
Don't doubt me.
didn't tell them about it
Yes,
because they
and,
have
yes,
a low
and.
follower count.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
What's a follower?
All right. Well, last time, our group of henchmen continued their investigation while the spaghetti westerns started wrecking up the place a little bit. With all of the other henchmen kind of distracted by what was going on, our group of henchmen here decided to go and investigate Dr. Wrath's office. There they found a bunch of newspaper clippings and things like that, discovering a little bit more about Dr. Wrath himself, including that he likes keeping tabs on explosions that happen in residential areas, I guess? You also discovered that his office was bugged. Not only that, but his hot cocoa was being drugged. Something was going on here. You noticed that using Pulsar's postcognition, that somebody was spiking the hot chocolate. Although, using the postcognition, you saw Dr. Rath's own face. You did also notice that it was actually Henchman 49 who planted the listening device. You know that he likes to hang out in the hangar area, so you decided to go there and chatted with CTD, or Crash Test Dummy, who is the one who kind of runs the hangar area as everybody was coming back from their battle with the Spaghetti Western. A little bit bloody, but they seem to have won the day. After waiting around for a little bit longer, you confronted Henchman 49 about his bugging of Dr. Rath's office. Rather than give you large platitudes on what was going on, he revealed himself, pulling off his own mask and showing that he shares Dr. Rath's face. That is because he is a clone. Now, we've been over this a little bit, but all of the Dr. Raths have been clones for a very long time. I don't believe Stan has worked for the original Dr. Rath, and he's been here forever. So with that, he decided to try and convince each one of you that he would run this place better than the current Dr. Rath that you had. A lot of you had some hesitations, but after some back and forth, you decided, for the most part, that you'd go along with his plan. We are still within the hangar right now as that conversation is going to continue. So, I have your support then.
For the most part, I mean, how are you going to keep up with these promises? I'm still kind of considering, but for now, at least, I'm on your side, yes.
I mean, I don't know much what I could do. I suppose we could write up a contract, Spectra, if that's what you really need to feel guaranteed.
Look at you putting things in the physical. No, I need like an astral contract, something a little bit more metaphysical. But we can work out the details on that later. For now, yes, you have me at least.
Excellent.
I mean, a PowerPoint's pretty good too.
Thank you, Luke.
I might be able to help.
It's fair.
Can I count on the rest of your support as well in this endeavor?
I'm confused. So, what? Buffering.
Use your words, buddy.
Buffering.
There you go.
Buffering. We were making a mind control device with Dr. Rath. Do you also, Dr. Rath, want to make the mind control device?
As of right now, no. Quite
Why
frankly,
not?
I was working on sabotaging that for the most part, trying to at least reverberate his own mind control back on him. However, I figured he'd send someone like Lukas to test the machine out himself. He is getting rather paranoid, sending people out like you after ghosts.
Are we looking for ghosts? Is there a ghost?
There might be ghosts.
Choice of words.
Like us, like cool guys.
What? Like me?
But
I think like
why
cool
don't
dudes.
you want to do the mind control, Ray?
Well, for the most part, Pulsar, I don't have that power that he has. I've been working on siphoning off his energies in a way. That's kind of what the spiking of the cocoa was about. However, that particular power hasn't kicked in. We are not innately powered, just incredibly smart. And being a genetic clone, I don't have the genes that give him his particular powers. That happened in some sort of accident.
I remember you said that.
We could certainly use the device if I do happen to gain these mind control abilities after a moment, but as of right now, they have not manifested.
So right now you're just working with charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Sure.
He's serving it.
Work.
I just have a question on this device. So, if the idea is to amplify his mind control powers, wouldn't it just be able to amplify any power that's used in it?
The way that he and Skip were building it, it would have been mostly imprinted on himself and his particular power. Like I said, he would probably try and have Lukas or some other lesser mind-controlling henchman try it out first, and also add their imprint to it as well.
Okay, look, just because my mind-controlling abilities aren't the highest, doesn't mean you should call me lesser. Okay, I have feelings. I came here to avoid my siblings, who didn't appreciate my feelings, and I don't need that kind of sass here as well. Okay?
Understood, Lukas, and we will certainly take care of your siblings once I'm in charge as well.
But that brings up a point, though. Couldn't we, per se, use Lukas to use the device against everyone?
Could I?
It could theoretically work, although Dr. Rath's mind control does provide him with some shielding against it.
Quite the dilemma.
What if we just get him really drunk?
He is, I suppose, already drugged. Does that help in our case at all?
Slightly. The drugs do inhibit him slightly, but they don't fully negate anything. He has a very strong mental power.
Incredible.
So green tea shots, okay.
Jaeger? Getting some Jägermeister?
Ooh, Trunk Jaeger.
This
Yeah.
particular Dr. Rath is not one for celebratory drinks, if I recall. I don't think he would do it until you convinced him that you caught this mole, however, until there's something to celebrate.
Is there a way to make my mind control powers super better in a short amount of time?
Well, it would probably be to use the machine itself.
Oh.
Okay, I'm willing to go along with your plan until I find I don't want to. What do you want me to do?
Well, before we get too much into the details, I'd like assurances from everyone. Wouldn't want anyone tattling to Dr. Rath, now would we?
Oh, a threat. I love it here. No, you have my word.
Lukas, Stan, Loog.
I mean, semantically speaking, we're already tattling to Dr. Rath. So, all my tattling's out of the way.
That wasn't a no. Or a yes. Don't get me wrong, I might not have his mental capabilities in terms of mind control, but I am still cognizant enough to understand a loophole when I see one.
Wait, was it a loophole? I meant that, like, I'm already talking to you, so I'm gonna scold right now.
No, it was a Loog hole. But get serious. We need your confirmation.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I mean, as long as you help with my siblings, then, Shantae, you stay.
All right, Stan?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I've been here a long time. How have the other Dr. Raths taken back control or taken over?
For the most part, a clone does not get activated until the previous Dr. Rath dies. This current Dr. Rath is an exception to that, where his quote-unquote father wanted to raise one as a son and did so he activated a clone early, but it didn't have like the fast aging, similar to another property that's out there. So for the most part, there isn't any hostile takeovers between the Raths.
So this would be the first time for like a hostile takeover then. Okay,
yes.
then.
It's time.
Stan doesn't feel right about it, but Stan will agree for now.
Good. Right, so there's some preparations that still need to happen then before we can actually confront him as he currently is. He is still quite the powerhouse, unfortunately, so first and foremost, we're going to probably want to recruit a few other henchmen to our cause. Currently, I do have CTD as well as Henchman S on my side here. But there are others who would certainly be helpful. After we convince a few more, then we can get about to sabotaging some things. We don't want anyone who doesn't join our cause to get in the way of everything. And then finally, on top of that, we can perhaps raid a little bit of what will be my personal stash of gadgets. We can either destroy them, sabotage them in some way, or use them, but keeping in mind, it is Loctite and has high security.
Did you not know about the meeting that 44 was holding? With everyone wanting to, uprise and make changes? Wouldn't that be an incredibly efficient
I was
start?
aware of it, yes. However, 44 specifically has a strong, loyal tie to this Dr. Rath. Helped him out of a bad situation at some point or something like that, and just wants change within the organization, not necessarily change in leadership, which I guess this technically is, but some people just don't see it that way. You could certainly start there if you like, though. I'm sure coming from henchmen rather than coming from me directly, it could be a bit easier.
Are we the only ones that know about your cloning?
That know about it at all? No, Skip would also know about it. In fact, you're going to need to talk to him or steal his key to get into the cloning lab where all of those nice little gadgets are.
But 44 does not know.
44 would not know that, no.
Okay.
Maybe I missed it, but did you say that you recruited Skip?
No, unfortunately, I have not yet talked to Skip. He seems to be probably one of the most fiercely loyal to Dr. Wrath at the moment anyway. He is a little bit overworked from the conversations that I've had with him, but I have yet to reveal myself to him as to who I actually am.
Okay.
I'm just foreseeing this opportunity with you revealing yourself to 44 and, well, perhaps even just impersonating Dr. Wrath to begin with. I mean, the other Dr. Wrath to begin with. And just tricking him. That feels like a very easy way of convincing him.
And how does that get him to flip on the other Dr. Wrath?
We just tell him the other one's an imposter.
I mean...
Incredible. Incredible
fair. But
plan.
also, Henchman 44 was trying to unionize, so I think we should just, drag our fingers across his throat.
What?
With a knife.
I don't want to caress Henchman 44.
I'm not one for wasting resources that might benefit us later in the future once I take this place back over, but if you feel like that's the best, then for sure, have at it yourselves.
I think he's an asset. I think he's someone who we can work with, potentially. We just need to do some convincing.
Oh, we gotta convince our friend Chet, too.
We can blackmail him.
Blackmail who? Chet?
No, I trust Chet will be on our side. The other one, 44.
Sure, you could certainly try that.
Stan, you've been really quiet. Is everything okay?
I'm having a lot of complicated feelings right now. But don't worry, you can always bet on Chet. And then Stan leaves the scene.
Wait, where did Stan go?
And comes back
Man,
as
he has
Chet.
a lot of stuff on his mind. Hey, Chet! How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, cool cats? Are we overthrowing the current Dr. Wrath?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Word gets around fast, huh?
As soon as one of you says yes, Chet, almost goes for their gun and then has to not. And it's just like, that's cool.
Chet, when you see Stan, please give him these pills I'm prescribing him. They should make him feel better and less conflicted.
I'll do that. And they grab him and then do a spin maneuver to be cool. And halfway through the spin with their back turned to you, just take the pills and then turn back.
Now, Chet.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you just take the pills I prescribed to Stan?
Chet can't tell a lie. Chet took the pills.
You're crazy, dude.
Well,
You're crazy, man.
So cool.
enjoy that dose of ketamine, I suppose.
Chet does an ollie and then crumples to the floor on ketamine.
We seem to be
Chet.
getting a little bit off topic here.
You wonderful little boy.
I have some other matters to attend to get ready for Wrath's arrival. If you don't mind handling whatever sabotage you want to do and convincing any of the other henchmen, that would be greatly appreciated.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, with us charismatic guys and girl, we'll do it real quick.
Right. Well, like I said, have some things to prepare for this. I'll leave you with CTD if you have any other questions then. And he starts making his way out of the hangar. So, in terms of things that you can do here at this point, we have convincing the other henchmen. Of the henchmen that we have that you can convince, there is obviously the group that has the union there, headed by 44. We have Skip. We have the person who runs the training area, who we haven't talked to yet. There's the B-17s and everybody involved with them. And then, of course, there is the intern as well, Bryce. In terms of sabotaging, there are plenty of different things that you can sabotage. You can sabotage the weapons that other henchmen will have access to if all hell breaks loose. You can sabotage communications, the thrusters of the base themselves if you want to make it a little bit difficult for anyone to get out who doesn't side with you, as well as the cameras. But you can figure out yourselves if there's anything specifically you want to sabotage, and we can make that work as well. The last thing that you can do is getting into Dr. Rath's personal lab. This is probably going to be the last thing that you want to do because it is under heavy guard, and if you mess it up, you might alert Dr. Rath to what's going on.
Let's start with the most pliable. I think Henchman 44 will bend to our will.
I agree.
Maybe with that attitude, yeah. Yeah,
I concur. Do you concur, Doctor?
It should be pretty easy.
All right. We'll need a team.
Well, we are a team, so...
Cue the montage.
Do we want the Rocky 4 soundtrack or Rocky 2?
Oceans.
Smash Mouth?
It's definitely Oceans.
Oceans? Okay.
Mouth.
So you make your way down the halls of the base, seeing a few henchmen still go by on that high of chasing off the spaghetti western, and you manage to find 44 back in the cafeteria area at this point. The meeting does not seem to be happening anymore. It seems like this fight kind of broke everything up, and you can just see a bunch of henchmen, including 44, sitting around at some of the tables chatting about what happened.
All right, I approach 44 and put a metallic arm around his shoulder.
I also approach casually.
Hey guys.
I also approach casually and put an arm on his shoulder.
Right. All right. Well, guys, it's nice to see you back here. I really do appreciate seeing y'all again. The meeting's kind of been put on hold for now. We'll maybe pick it up again in about a few weeks or so.
Don't worry about the meeting, 44. Hey, my good pal 44, let's move that tray away. It could explode. Don't worry about that, though.
Well, why would the tray explode?
I said don't worry about it.
All right,
44.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just asking questions.
There was something about your message back there, right before the spaghetti western showed up, and we all went outside to fight him.
Yeah.
It really resounded with me and the crew, and I think it's time for some new management. If you know what I'm saying.
I honestly, I don't know about that necessarily. That's talk of high treason.
44, grow a fucking spine, dude. Give me a bone. Throw me some love. It's your pal Pulsar.
So, you're talking about treason. That doesn't sound like it's gonna go well for anyone.
We're not talking about that.
Not exactly treason.
We just think that Dr. Rath has to adjust his mindset a little bit.
Maybe even have a whole new set of powers, even.
Well, I don't know exactly how he'd go about getting new powers or nothing, but a new mindset would be nice.
Yes, consider it a refreshed perspective.
All right.
You're following?
Not really, no. I don't quite know what you're talking about unless you're considering altering his brain chemistry, but then he might just end up soup.
No, I'm talking about a new Dr. Rath.
Ooh. New Dr. Rath?
Yeah. Metaphorically speaking, he feels like a new person.
Right, okay. How do we do that?
That's the thing. Sabotage.
Sabotage? Well, what do we sabotage? And let me be clear here. I don't want any of us other henchmen getting hurt in this whatsoever, right?
No.
That's my top priority.
No. We wouldn't do that.
No.
44.
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
You both seem to be nut tappers, and he looks at you and Chet.
It's a fun game.
Chet will shrug and just go,
I swear to God. Stop panning to him for voice lines. I swear to God.
I'm surprised Chet could even move. I feel like one of us would have had to have carried
He's on
him.
roller skates. It's very easy to move.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying,
Push him around. Chet thinks he's in one spot.
Chet has not moved in his perception.
Oh God, where were we? Sabotage. No other henchmen are going to get hurt, but this old Dr. Wrath needs to be challenged so his perspective shifts. He's gotten so in his ways with things, just in a rut, you know?
You know what? Just earlier today, we walked into his office after our mission well done. And you know what he was working on? His whole big thing that he was working on while we have crunch time going? A hot cocoa machine.
Yes,
People
a hot
die.
cocoa machine.
And he was working on the perfect cup of hot cocoa.
Can you believe
Not
that?
for us! I don't see it in the cafeteria.
Nuh-uh.
But for him.
Nope.
Well, that's got that really churns my butter. I don't like that. Maybe. What do you need from me?
Nothing now, just your compliance.
Well, yes, your compliance, but also just an open perspective to whatever comes up next in this regard, you know? Because we can't have any of that anymore. No hot cocoa focus when we have priorities.
Yeah, we need hot villain focus.
That's
You know?
what I'm saying.
And we're all
Yeah.
sitting right here.
Hell yes. Hot villain focus, snapping fingers in a Z.
I can't stand
Lucas lifts up his shirt to show those six-pack abs that can see into the future.
God, he's so hot.
But he doesn't dazzle, though. Yeah.
Chet drools on himself.
Unrelated. All right, well, if you just need me to sit back on this one, well, you guys do what you gotta do. I can talk to the rest of the guys and see what they think as well, and we'll just kind of lay low for the time being. Just let me know if you need anything else from us.
Keep it to the secure channels for now, 44. Wouldn't want to slip up. And it's going to be a sound of, like, electrical charging that dissipates.
All right, yeah, sure. What channels are those?
The channels where you don't make flyers and tell everyone.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I can do that, yeah. So you don't
Okay,
want me
thank
telling
you.
anybody about this, because otherwise they might rush to a defense of their leader and
No,
such.
just the most trusted of your compatriots.
Well, I trust all of them. We're all good guys, just here for the paycheck and the...
Oh, for the love of God, someone else do this.
Well, just everyone that was in the meeting, yes, we can let them in on understanding, but just, beyond that, we just want to make sure that we have a secure base. Only talk to the right people.
Sure,
get them
yeah.
in on
I mean,
it.
what we could do, right? I could set up a strike or something right at the time you're ready to pounce, and then we'll all just sit back for you. Yeah.
with the right people though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sure, yeah. We wouldn't
outrage.
want any like Pinkertons or anything getting in on this.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I'm
Of
here.
course, yes.
Chet will lean in and just be like, "Meow."
You didn't even know the noise that was gonna come out when you made it.
It sounded like Divot got on the call.
All right. Well, it seems like you got 44 for the most part on board with this. You still have a couple of other places that you could head, one of which being the training area. Not only would you be able to sabotage some of the regular henchmen's weapons here, but you could also talk to the one who runs it, who goes by Slapshot.
Ooh, Slapshot, new character
great name.
alert. I feel like Lucas has a history with Slapshot.
Nice.
Not sure what that history is yet, but there's history there. Let's go to Slapshot, everyone. He owes me $2. I think we can use that
Oh.
against him.
That's fair. That's a fair
Agreed.
assessment.
$2. That's a lot these
It really
days.
is.
In
Yeah.
this economy.
Mhm.
Oh,
Relatable.
yeah, inflation's been rampant.
All right, so you make your way over to the training area. It is filled with on-theme weapons for henchmen to train with. It's pretty obvious that most are relatively unskilled of the henchmen that are currently training here, several of them missing their targets by a wide margin. However, you can see the head of the henchman training here, henchman number 8, is an older man who used to be known as the hero Slapshot. He was kind of a hockey-themed hero, but after some of his hero work, the government tried to get involved to employ them, and he did not like that at all. So he has now started working for Dr. Wrath as a way to kind of get back at the government in some sort of way, and he also is just kind of found out that he liked it a little bit more.
Okay. Before Lukas leads the scene, I just want to get clarification from my notes. 30 seconds ago, you said henchmen appropriate weapons. Does that mean rifles with no sights on them?
Yep.
Okay, just checking. And we're good to go.
Hey, I'll meet you guys up at Slapshot. I just gotta use the John real quick.
Okay, and Luke is going to take a shit. Good for my notes. Let's go.
So you make your way into the training area. Like I said, you can see some other henchmen training. Slapshot is just kind of lazily leaning against the counter where a bunch of those weapons are hanging out, but there's also more in like lockers down further into the room itself. He sees you all enter and says, definitely haven't seen you lot here in a while.
Hey, Slapshot.
Lucas
Wink.
winks back at you.
I think this is deeper than just $2.
You here to pick up a weapon and train, or you want to use your own?
I mean, you know how I handle my own weapon.
I do. You've been doing that a lot more lately, haven't you? Come back for some more
Yeah?
hands-on training?
Yeah, you know, I want to see if I can get used to some other weapons.
Sure, we got a lot of weapons here.
Yeah, I mean, there's one in particular I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Well, we might want to wait for everybody else to leave to...
No, don't wait.
Practice
with that
one.
Stop.
After hours. Yeah, I'll stop by the office later. Yeah.
Sounds good. What can I do for the rest of you?
Just looking to get my hands on some of the, the more common weapon. I just, haven't touched one in a while, and I'm looking to have some fun.
Wow, that's what it said.
He pulls out a clipboard, puts it down, just sign out whatever you want to grab, and have at it. Targets are there.
Perfect.
Spectra, do you want to actually go and inspect all the other weapons there?
Yeah, I'm gonna look to fuck them up. But I think I'm gonna write down all other names, other hench numbers instead of my own for each weapon that I touch.
Yeah, you can see there's already a couple names on there. You start writing other people's names as you grab the clipboard and maybe bring it over to the weapons themselves. Why don't you give me an awareness test here to start off?
Wonderful. Incredible. A 7.
7.
It's a 1 on the die.
All right, a 7 is a moderate success here. So
I'll take it.
Even with that moderate success, you can see that there seems to be a few different items missing from the racks that should be there and aren't signed out. There's a few different grenades there that are missing. There is a freeze ray that's missing. Heat ray is missing. The reflector ray is also missing. Somebody is missing a pair of Ray-Bans. They wrote that down for some reason. You also see that there are stretch gloves and some listening devices missing as well.
Very interesting. I think as I notice this, I am not as careful to put names down as I'm messing with the weapons.
Sure.
I guess I would use my maybe my military specialty to make sure that I am fucking them up in a way that's undetectable.
Yeah, that would work. What attribute do you want to use with that?
I was thinking either intellect in terms of intelligence of how weapons work.
Intellect absolutely works for this. So you can make an intellect military roll. So the military is just going to be a flat bonus to it.
Great. 12.
12. A 12 is going to be a moderate success. Basically, all of these weapons were crafted by Dr. Wrath himself, and you are trying to beat his own score against it. And you did get a moderate success on that. So you are able to tweak and modify these so that they won't function properly. However, if Dr. Wrath himself took a very close look at this, he might be able to tell, but nobody who wasn't the one who created it is going to be able to tell the difference.
Okay.
Incredible.
Hey, did I miss anything cool?
Some really charged energy around debt, maybe weapons. Also, I think we should all be nicer to Spectra.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, Spectra, do you want to be on my second YouTube channel? I'm going to investigate ghosts.
Absolutely, I would love to.
Okay.
But she has no follower count.
Shut up, Loog. Let her have this. Let her dream.
Why not ask me? I have 6.5 million followers on Instagram.
That's all ASMR related. It's not the same.
Yeah, you guys follow me on Instagram, right?
Luke pulls a cell phone out from somewhere on his body. You don't know. And he goes to his Instagram, and it's just like different unflattering angle selfies, like just going down for years.
Is there anything else I can do for you guys, or is just Spectra getting practice in today?
Oh, hey, Snapchat, how you doing, dude? Sorry, I didn't see you there.
I'm doing all right, Luke. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I guess it is just Spectra.
All right. Well,
Anywho, I think I need to take a shower, as they say.
Oh, what did I miss? Oh my god.
right. Well, if there's nothing else I can do for you, we're going to probably close up the shop here a little soon. Right, Lucas?
Yeah. I'll drop by to help in just a little bit. Just gotta run quick errand.
Sure, yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
I so want to go back.
You know I like it when you take your time.
God damn it.
Oh, they're fucking okay. My bad. It went right over my head, but I don't have a head, so it makes sense.
So, Spectra, while you are going around sabotaging these weapons, why don't you make me a coordination stealth test to see if anybody else sees you here? The main person that you're probably going to be worried about is Slapshot himself. He is a little bit distracted. I'm going to put horny quality on him and activate that. So you're going to get a +2 to your roll.
Okay. Coordination stealth, am I just rolling coordination?
If you don't have stealth as a bonus, then yes, just coordination.
Okay. 10.
10. All right. So Slapshot ended up getting an 8, and the other henchman got only like a 5. So you are able to do this stealthily enough, and because he's being distracted right now by Lukas specifically here, I'm going to say that you are able to get the majority of the weapons that are here on the wall that you can basically cause not to function without causing them to blow up.
Cool. Yeah, and I eventually come back to everyone. Oh, that was some good practice that I got in there. That was really good. All right, are we moving on then?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. All right, let's go.
All right, come along, shit.
I'll start pushing him along.
See you later, Lukas.
See you, Jason.
You make your way out of the training area. What do you want to do?
I am not a clever person, so...
I think we need to get Skip's keys now, right?
You are going to need
keys?
Skip's key specifically to get into Dr. Wrath's inner sanctum. He has a 2-key system. One of them Skip has, one of them Dr. Wrath usually has. Although, you think that the clone of Dr. Wrath will have a way of getting that.
Okay, so Dr. Rat's clone can get Dr. Rat's key.
Correct.
Okay.
That should be the last thing that we work on, right?
The inner sanctum with all of those gadgets, yes, that should be the last thing that you do, because if you trigger any alarms on that, that is going to be instantly alerting Dr. Wrath.
In that case, I mean, do we have any, like, sabotage ideas between us before we go to GM for the good old assist?
All right, let's think.
We have weapons, so many people who are on Dr. Wrath's side will struggle.
Man, It's times like this where I wish Stan was around, because he's been in the system for so long, you know? Exactly, Chet.
But yeah, I'm asking out of character. Like, what... Like, the weapons is, like, an obvious thing. We have the underground union on our side. Is this altercation going to go down in some place specific?
That's up to you guys if that's how you want to set it up.
The way
Yeah.
I think of it is
Bring it to the kitchen.
The
almost
kitchen, yeah.
every powered supervillain has some kind of weakness.
Yeah.
So I feel like we gotta isolate what that weakness is
Hot chocolate.
and
That's true.
capitalize on it.
Yeah, hot chocolate. Good.
Yeah.
A migraine.
Make him the Slurpee and give him brain.
So you do know Dr. Rath's
brain
qualities as well, because we
freeze.
worked on those in our session 0 together. And you could theoretically use those against him if you'd like. He's a super genius, he's controversial, he's an established villain, he's accommodating and charismatic. So you can think about how you would want to use those against him as well.
Accommodating. He's accommodating and letting us beat him.
Where have we not gone yet? Because I feel like we've checked some things off the boxes of the compound map. This
Yes.
episode.
So in total, you've visited every place throughout the course of this series. There is the mess hall, which you just went to talk to 44. You have the training area, which you just talked to Slapshot and destroyed all of the weapons or sabotaged them in some way, although you didn't convince Slapshot to join you. You have the laser dome where Skip is, as well as the mind-controlling device. You have Dr. Rath's office that you are going to need to go to get to his inner sanctum at some point as well. You have the hangar where you started out with the clone of Dr. Rath, Henchman 49, as well as Crash Test Dummy. He's already on board with you as well. But there's a bunch of fighters and stuff there that don't work and don't have gas, so you could try and figure out something to do with them. And then there's the Shark Horse Menagerie as well. You could also go and talk to the B-17s and see if you could convince them as well, seeing how they are some of the only other powered henchmen that are a part of this base.
Okay. Yeah, I think B-17 makes sense. And then hangar. Do we need to fly? Because we don't really need the gas. We just need people to not be able to. So if they're not fueled, that just is easier for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if anything, we might hit the hangar just to make sure everything is not fueled.
There we go.
Yeah. We should disable all of the lifeboats because this is a floating island, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So obviously we want to disable all safety features of the island.
Mm-hmm.
No negative consequences to be foreseen.
Not at all.
What's the worst that could happen?
Titanic who?
Flash forward to screaming and burning.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk B-17's hangar, Skippy. Let's divide into two teams for B-17 and hangar. Who wants to interface with the B-17s?
Nose goes.
I mean,
Well, as a powered
Is that
individual
no?
myself, I guess I should talk to the B-17s.
I would love to get a look at more of Sally's information, so I would love to go talk over there.
Okay, I think me and Chet will check out the hangar then.
And Lukas, where are you going?
I feel like I should go to the hangar too. No offense, Chet, but you're kind of useless right now. I know, buddy. I'm so that was so mean of me to say. You're right. I owe you a drink. Yeah. Okay, 3 drinks. 3 drinks. You got me. That was so rude of me. All right. You shouldn't be afraid to admit you need help sometimes. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start going with the B-17s, and then we'll get back to this nonsense. Spectra and Loog, you make your way back to the B-17's quarters where they're most likely going to be hanging out. Their light does seem to be on. You give it a knock, and Pass is going to be the one who opens the door. He looks at you kind of quizzically, having seen you at the meeting and knowing that you weren't invited initially. Folds his arms as he looks at you. So, what's going on, Spectra? Loog?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
We have just a little, I don't know, proposition of sorts. We were so inspired by the meeting. We just wanted to talk with you all about it a little bit.
He looks back inside the room and then back to you and says, why don't we talk outside for a sec?
Sure. Is everything okay?
He steps out, closes the door. You know not all of them were there, right?
Yeah. But
There's a reason for that.
would you care to indulge me on what the reason is?
No, I think he's saying that they're narcs.
They're not narcs. They're a good team. They're just not... Look, the Dark Ladybug, she might be on board for things if it's going to cause a little bit of chaos. That's kind of her bag. But Trevor is so loyal to Dr. Rath and has so much stock in this place. Any shift, he's not going to like that. And then for Sally, she's on the fence, I think. I think I'm close to convincing her. And Freddie, I don't understand what he says half the time.
Yeah, I mean, he does speak German. I don't speak German either.
But I still think it's worth engaging with all of them. This is bigger than just a couple little, I don't know, things here and there, grievances and the like. It's something broader. It's something a little bit more deeper in the shift of mentality around here.
Fine. All right, just let's take it slow. I don't want to necessarily ruin my relationship with my entire team over this.
Oh no, I think it should be made stronger by this.
Yeah, and also the Storyteller has 6 voices they have to cycle through, so it might take a little time.
Luke, although you don't have blood or a nose, you get a nosebleed.
You get a runny nose. You get a runny nose.
Pass opens up the door, and the rest of the group is kind of crowded around, just being like, "What's going on?" says Trevor.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going fine. What's going on, Pass? Yes, what is going on, Pass? Well, these guys had some stuff they wanted to bring up to you on their own. I guess Luke, Spectra, say what you want to say.
Well, we all know how things around here are a little inconvenient at times, and we all are incredibly loyal to Dr. Rath, of course. But we wanted to come to you guys to check in about how you feel about maybe finding ways to find a different mindset around here.
Says the Dark Ladybug. What do you mean by changing up perspective? That sounds intriguing.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we're all looking for your trust in upcoming events. We'll just say that something's underway that will make things better for all of us while maintaining our deep loyalty to the Raths.
I'm sorry, what do you mean changes coming up? Hang on, change is not necessarily good for the stock price of Rath Industries and can have most everything in that. So, what exactly are we talking about here?
You think change is bad? Change is
things have been
good.
going up pretty steadily, and
yeah,
uncertainty in the market is not necessarily always a good thing. And I'm happy.
It's not uncertainty. It's not uncertainty.
It
it's
seems like it might be.
Absolute certainty. Look, if you're playing in the stock market, you should know that you need to have belief in things changing because you want things to get better. Change does not necessarily mean down.
Sally chimes in at this point and says, "Oh, he isn't playing the stock market. He just has all of his stock in Rath Industries like a dumbass. Can't put all your eggs in one basket, Trevor." Yeah, well, it's a little late for that now. And I don't really feel like the risk is worth it here, guys. I don't even know what we're talking about at this point.
Well, see, if you're unsure about anything, why would you be playing in the stock market? And then if you're at a good point, why not buy out?
I mean, it doesn't... I don't know if they all vest necessarily yet. I think I have another, 10 years.
Trevor, we're in a corporation ran by a supervillain. We have heroes constantly trying to fight him and possibly kill him. This is a really bad bet to take. I'm not doing a put on here. This is very financially irresponsible, and I'm really looking out for you right now.
Loog, why don't you go ahead and make me some kind of test here? This to me feels like it could very easily go intellect. I also wouldn't mind you rolling willpower if that's what you want to do here to kind of press your will here into Trevor as he is a little bit off. Also, if you have any powers that you want to roll instead, that is also totally fine.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna push my willpower, I think.
Sure.
That will be a 12.
A 12 is a moderate success. He was going to be the hardest one to convince here, and you managed to do it. He was at a difficulty 11, so you beat it by 1. Trevor's like, oh God, you're right. I could just sell it all now, and then if it tanks, I can just buy it all back up again. This is great. Okay, I'm in. The Dark Ladybug is smirking at this as well and says, listen, I'm all here for change, so I'm down if you're down. At this point, the only 2 holdouts seem to be Freddy and Sally Sarcophagus. Sally says, I don't know. What do you think, Freddy? That which does not kill us makes us stronger. All truly great thoughts are conceived by walking.
Yes!
I don't know what any of that means, Freddy. There are no facts, only interpretations.
That's the best yes and on this entire show.
Right, okay. You're saying you want to see a change in leadership going on here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you are trying to change it to? I think we have a pretty cushy job right now. We are the Powards here. We have all of the power as well. Why would we give that up for something else?
But do we have all the power here? I mean, we each sleep in a dorm.
Sure, the living accommodations could be better, but I have plenty of resources here to continue my research.
Who says that you're giving up anything? Have I said that? Have I implied that you're giving up something? Am I implying that things are going to be worse?
All I want to know is what the change is that you're planning on bringing.
Sally, from one afterlife researcher to another, we all know that there is something greater beyond the end. Don't you believe in that end? Didn't the Egyptians say that the best thing you could do is die?
No, they didn't actually say that. You've been watching too much Netflix.
Sally,
Also, we're not
you're
going
saying
to die.
way too much.
I just want to make that clear. We're not going to be in any
We're not
mortal
going
danger.
to die. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor, of course.
He who has the why to live can bear almost anyhow.
That's very, very astute of you, Freddy.
Right.
Look, we're gonna have an interaction with Dr. Wrath, and hopefully by the end of it, Dr. Wrath, sees things in a way that's more beneficial to all of us. Right? I think that's reasonable.
Spectra, why don't you make me an ability test here? Let me know what you want to roll.
Sure. Ability test for what?
So convincing Sally at this point. It seems like you were applying a little bit of intelligence here, kind of trying to reach her keen researcher mind as well. So I'd say intelligence is fair. You could, again, also use willpower here if you think that makes sense.
No, I think intelligence works better for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, is this a place where a quality could be applied, or no?
Yeah, you could absolutely. What quality you got?
Believer in the great beyond?
Ooh, absolutely. So you can spend a determination point to give yourself a +2 to this roll. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. 13.
13, crushed it. Sally says, all right, Spectra, the two of us researchers should stick together here. I think I have a good idea of where you're coming from. Freddy, how are you feeling about all this, darling? Without music, life would be a mistake. Is that a yes? Yeah. All right then. Sounds like you got us on board, Spectra and Loog. What do you need from us?
For now, we need patience and readiness. And if things start to feel like they're falling down, help us make it feel like it's standing up again. If you know what I mean.
I think we can do that. All right, just keep us in the loop then.
Absolutely. Happy to have you aboard. And from that, I suppose we leave.
Yep, you head out, and we're going to cut over to the group who went to the hangar. We have Pulsar, Lukas, and Chet making their way into the hangar. CTD is still hanging out there. He's just kind of taking notes on certain things, taking stock of what's left from the battle and everything like that. What do you do?
Hey, CTD. Can I have the med kit, please?
You need a med kit?
Yes, I need the med kit.
He goes and finds a med kit.
Okay, I open it. I take out one of the shots in the back. I stick it in Chet and push down the plunger.
There you go. Oh, yeah, he's coming back.
So much adrenaline.
Yes, sure. It was adrenaline that I gave you. This is not a medical podcast, and you should not get medical advice from this podcast. You should seek help from a doctor. Ketamine overdose cannot be helped with any kind of medication at this time. Okay, back to the show.
My ketamine was cured with adrenaline.
All right, fellas, let me handle this one. Spectra gave me some advice on jargon to use from the military.
Can I go over to? Is it just CTD that is the mech supervisor, or is there another person?
CTD is the one who's in charge of like the hangar here. There are several like planes and vehicles around here, but that was all inherited from the person that Dr. Wrath bought it from. Gator Legs, I think his name was.
Gator legs? Fuck yeah.
It's like,
Fuck. I want that to be my name one day. Damn.
just like
I
the
love
Ford
that.
Taurus.
It could be Gator Legs one day, Sky. You have a character with so many personalities.
That is true. Introducing Gator Legs Stan.
Stan Gator Legs Lennyopolis.
CTD. Just a couple of grease monkeys reporting for duty. You know, checking out the motor pool, doing some AD work, all that NAMP shit. You know how it is.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Uh-huh.
If you guys want to do anything with the crafts and stuff, just let me know. I know what's going on. I know about 49. Like, we were all here together when that happened.
Let's keep it subtle, CTD.
Right, all right, sure. Yeah, go check on it, grease monkeys.
Thank you for playing along.
Ooh.
What do
Okay.
you want to do at this point, Pulsar?
Pop
I want
a
to-
sick trick. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, let's let Chet. Chet hasn't had any voice lines in the show yet.
That's true.
So let's,
Chet, what do you
yeah,
want
what
to
do
do?
you want to do? Now
Yeah,
you're back
Chet
in it.
will pop a series of sick tricks while they're on ketamine. And it sounds something like this. Yeah.
Well, your ketamine was healed by the adrenaline, as we established, but yeah, you're coming down off that high, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm so glad we did that.
Yep.
I am going to go to the lifeboats.
Okay.
Let's see. I think the tank, according to these diagrams, is here, and I'm just gonna punch a hole in the tank.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a prowess test for me.
Okay. Ooh, I get to roll something.
You can roll, what do you think, prowess or strength? Because you're literally just trying to break it. Usually the strength is the damage in this case, but it's not moving, so it's not really hand-to-hand combat.
I'm punching it. Let's do prowess.
Sure, let's do it. And then the damage is going to be equal to what your strength is.
Okay. That is a 9.
Ooh, yeah, 9 is absolutely enough to punch that. Go ahead and
Okay.
tell me what your strength is.
It's 5 damage.
5. So 5 is enough to break through concrete. So I'm going to say with this, you are easily able to just fully punch a hole in that tank. You make your way across all of them. You rolled a 9 on your initial rolling here. I'm not going to have you keep rolling on that. You make your way through all the lifeboats, just punching holes through each one of them as the fuel starts leaking out.
Yeah, I mean, statistically, the lowest I can roll is actually 8 on a prowess.
Yeah, you are totally fine there then.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, there's a bunch of holes in the tanks.
Do you think anyone will notice the leaking jet fuel?
It's very conspicuous. Pulsar, I wish you would have consulted with us first.
Oh. I'm sorry, did I do bad?
It smells kind of
Well, I
nice.
mean, the job's done. It's I'm gonna Lukas is gonna put a hand on Pulsar's shoulder. It's good enough.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
With that, we have the lifeboats destroyed. We have the B-17s convinced. We've sabotaged some of the weapons, and that is where we are going to end our session today.
Hey.
That was like the hidden third rule of improv. There's yes and no and sorry, did you say something?
No, it's like he touched me, and now I'm stunned in silence, and now he said something, and I don't know how to react to it because I didn't hear it.
Buddy.
I thought that was fine.
Plugs!
Loved it.
Mika, our lovely guest here, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Hey! Yeah, okay, so first up on Wednesday, April 2nd, is episode 3 of Guy Fieri's Bisexuals on Help Action Needed.
Hell yeah.
Every time.
You can catch me on my home channel, Roll D5, ROLE D5, where I am a producer and we play indie games because indie games are fun. And then finally, you can always catch me on The Heart is a Dungeon. I'm on season 2, Once Happily Upon Ever, where I play La La Lemon. Ka.
Oink, oink.
Nope.
Holy coin.
Not done yet. Popcorn.
Okay, Andrew.
You like our podcast? We like it too, but you can show how much you like it by giving us a follow on Patreon. We got a lot of bonus content kicking around in there between character sheets, creator interviews, and you can even possibly determine things for our future shows if you follow us via polls. So come on down. Water's just fine. And if you want to follow us on Apple, don't do it like that. Do it on the computer instead.
Yeah, Apple has this new thing with Patreon. If you subscribe to anybody on Patreon, don't go through your iOS devices. It'll save you money.
Yeah, they'll tax you because they're evil.
They take 30% now. It's insane.
Whoa,
ridiculous.
that's crazy.
Such
Brody.
Yep. So don't do it on Apple devices.
Popcorn to Casey.
Yeah, you can also check out our website, rpjesters.com. You can check out our bios there. We have merch as well. Hopefully at this point we have some Hench merch for you guys to check out as well, which I'm super excited about. Seth and I have been working on some Hench merch with Andrew as well. We're all kind of pitching in to get these awesome designs for you. Seth did a lot of the work on at least one of the designs here, which I'm very happy with. Also, you can check out my personal stuff at Casey_Reardon. And yeah, I have mead content that I do there every once in a while. I am already working on a batch right now that's for Drakenfest. So if you're going to Drakenfest in June, you can see a couple of us there as well. Rachel, Sky, and I are all going to be at Drakenfest this year, which is in June. So check us out there because we'll be there hanging out and having a good old time. I'm going to go ahead and popcorn over to Rachel.
Oh, that was just enough time to look at all the things I need to plug. Hello,
Beautiful.
everybody. First and foremost, actually, when this episode comes out tomorrow, I'm going to be on Folk and Myth, taking part in their Into the Pyramid game, which is going to be April 1st and April 8th. I forget the times. I'm pretty sure it's something like 9 or 8 o'clock Eastern. So feel free to go over to the Folk and Myth channel and check out those live streams if you want to see me doing some live stuff. I also have other stuff coming up with Folk and Myth later this month as well. So feel free to join that. Go follow them and get the hookup on that. But yeah, also listen to Hard as a Dungeon. I'm over in a couple of different audio plays and the like over there, so feel free to look out for me over there. And then my personal stuff at Rachel Kordell and Majora's Rose on Twitch as always. And yeah, Popcorn Seth.
Homie and the Dude is a father and son duo that makes RPG content for the whole family.
What?
I actually don't know if it's for the whole family. I hope it's not explicit.
It's
not
good.
explicit.
Yeah.
It's good. All right, it's good. It's family fun. And if you want to check that out, because it's real creative and lots of fun, you can check that out at hatdbuilder.com. And if you use the promo code RPJesters, you can get 20% off and we get a kickback. But go support them. Don't think about us. Altruism. Anyway,
Support
it's
them,
March
support us.
31st, so by demand, I have to say, let's go! Baseball's back, baby.
Baseball's back, baby.
All right, Popcorn Sky.
Review 5-star RP Jesters. Amazon, Apple, Spotify. Thank you.
Tennis horses.
That's the best one you've ever done, Sky.
I know, right? I contribute more than anyone else to this show.